But he's like, that's not what I want for you.
Right.
I want your marriage to work. I want it to work.
So we know that crises in marriages happen all the time. But believe me, just because things look the way that they look right now, that doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. We're going to talk about that today on The Battle We Must Win.
Welcome back to our channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rodney. This is Tiffany. And today, we're going to talk about having faith after the affair.
Yeah, but before we do that, if you are new to our channel and you want to learn more about how to battle marriage the right way, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell. Every week we are posting a new video. It's getting better and better.
And also, please make sure you like this video, share this video, or comment on this video. So Tiffany mentioned before, things happen in marriages that can be kind of tragic. And there are times when you just feel like, as a husband or as a wife, you just want to throw in the towel, or you just want to give up. If you followed our channel, then we talked about having affairs on both ends. In that case, we've had to learn how to have faith after an affair. We had to learn to have faith in God and also each other. So what did that look like? And number one point would be is allowing God to fight that battle. One of our biggest issues as humans is we want to put everything into our hands because we feel like we know better. It's not happening quick enough. So in that case, we want to do whatever we can to try to speed up the process. It's very similar. I remember one time our microwave, it went out. And our kids were used to using the microwave all the time. And for everything, it didn't matter. Whatever it was, they would cook in the microwave. And so what happened was we would warm up our food in the oven. And so our kids was getting impatient with warming up the food in the oven because they're so used to doing everything in the microwave. And we had to remind them that when we were growing up before the microwave came out, that's how we used to warm up our food, was in the oven all the time, on top of the oven, stirring it up, getting it different cooking. And so for them, they want it fast. And that's how a lot of times we want our situations to be dealt with. We want punishment to be swift, and we want our healing to be quick. And we don't want to go through that process. We want to take things into our own hand and not trust God in these situations when we should be trusting God to fight our battles. God is a powerful God. He's an awesome God, and he's going to get us through this situation. So we got to learn to trust God in these situations and allow him to fight our battles.
I've tried that many times, and it, like Rodney said, it delayed the process. God knows what he's doing. So during the time that you're trying to have faith, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to have faith during that time when things are going on, because you just can't see what's on the other side of this. A couple of scriptures that come to mind on that is 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your worries on him because he cares for you. So just know that God's got you. Let him take care of that. Nahum 1:7-8. The Lord is good to those who wait for him. Well, actually, just Nahum 1:7. The Lord is good to those who wait for him. It's okay to just wait on him. He's got you. All right. Romans 8:28. Everybody should know that one. That's one that everybody knows. We know all things work for good for those who love God and who are called according to his purpose. So we can trust that. So the battle is not ours, it's the Lord's. Our second point is, try to join a Bible group. Have a mentor or counselor that you can talk to during this time. Listen, again, I know it's a tough time because some people are still actually going through an affair situation and just not knowing what to do, how to handle this situation. Having someone to talk to is so key. I remember when we were separated for a little over a year. I went to a group called, it was called Divorce Care. In my mind, when I was invited to this support group, I thought that it was just a place where I could go during this transition of divorcing, because my mindset was my marriage is over, I'm moving on. But actually it was much more than what I expected. It was a Bible study. It was I was supported by people who were just having a lack of faith in this whole situation, and it the focus was not really on my marriage to my spouse. It was more this whole divorce issue. The focus was more drawing me closer to the Lord. And it just really opened my eyes to a lot of things. When you focus on the Lord, he basically will, everything else will fall into place anyway.
Yeah, it was good for me to join some groups and be a part of, finding that man to be like a mentor for me and to walk me through certain situations. He may not have gone through them, but we all need that support, to make it through a lot of times. We think we can do a lot by ourselves, but God didn't make us to go through this world by ourselves. Right. He made us to seek out, friendships, companionships, and that's one of the things that we need to make sure we seek out.
The third tip is to avoid the temptation for revenge. Now, I know we've talked about this a couple times in some of our earlier episodes about revenge. And everybody knows that I tried them all. I've had people tell me, DM me and message us, girl, just cheat back. Cheat on them. Leave them. That's all you got to do. Do something to him. Get back at him. All these different ways to get back. Stop. Just stop. If you want to have faith, if you really want to keep your head strong and focused on what God has for us on the other side, revenge that's not the way to go. That's not the answer. You're slowing down the process and you looking like a fool doing it, basically. God's looking at you like, really? You doing the same thing he doing or she doing or whatever. So you want me to bless you? Is that what you're saying? So, don't do that. Just continue to trust in him. Trust that he's going to do what he already promised he was going to do.
He also reminds us in Romans 12:4 that revenge is not ours, it's his.
It's his.
Just think about it. Just think about how much you want to pay someone back, how angry you are. And just like if you were to go out and to do some damage to someone's phone or someone's car or someone's house, and then they got to pay for that. You might have to pay for it. You might end up going to court for it. You might end up taking it overboard. You might go there to damage someone's house and you're not realizing that somebody's in the house. So what if somebody else is in the house and next thing you know, somebody's on deathbed because of you seeking out revenge in your own hands. And that is why God said, let me handle it. Let me be the ultimate judge. Let me be the one to deal with this, because if you handle it, you gonna mess it up. Right. For our fourth and final point, avoid negative people. Man, it is, as Tiffany mentioned about some of the people who were telling her to go and get revenge, go seek it out. That's the last thing you need to hear, is someone who is telling you to go do something that's gonna might just cause a worse repercussion to what's going on in the first place. Yeah. You just really never know. Cause what do they say? 2 wrongs don't make a right. And if you go out and you try to have revenge and you listen to this negative feedback all the time, next thing you know, you're going in a direction that God doesn't want you to go in. Right. So you have to really and truly block out those negative people. You have to separate yourself from some people sometimes. It may be family, it may be friends, because if you're going through something in your marriage, as believers, we need to be supportive of someone. We need to wrap our arms around someone who's going through troubles and pains, and not say, you might as well have left him anyway. I didn't think you deserved him in the first place. Right. Oh, he didn't deserve you. because you're a good woman and he's blah, 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 blah. Then you finally
Yeah.
feed on the negative stuff and that's all they're doing is it's like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So that's the last thing you need. God said he hates divorce. And there's a reason for that. So he doesn't want divorce to happen. So if there is an affair, God put it in the Bible that you have a right to divorce. But that doesn't mean he wants you to divorce.
Right.
That's why he hates it. He put it in there because our hearts are so wicked that we want to strive for that anyway because we feel like we've been hurt. So we're going to say, well, let me go ahead and, okay, God, he put that in there. But he's like, that's not what I want for you.
Right.
I want your marriage to work. I want it to work because your marriage is now a testimony to so many other people, just like we're trying to be right here. But one thing we want to make sure we understand is what faith really is. You want to read that? 11.
Sure.
11:1. Hebrews 11:1.
So Hebrews 11:1, when it talks about faith, it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. For by its elders obtained a good testimony.
Yeah. So we've heard that definition and people have quoted it many times, but we see this as also a scripture. It's the substance of things hoped for. Substance. Not wishful thinking. It's a substance of things hoped for. And it's evidence of things not seen. So if we haven't seen it, we can still believe it.
Yeah.
Because you have faith. So have faith in your marriage. The way it look right now, it may not be the way it's gonna always be. So you gotta be seeing things that you don't see. You gotta believe in things that you don't see. You gotta believe that there can be healing. You gotta believe that this can turn around and bless other people. You have to believe it. You have to have faith.
All right, so comment in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend.
Yeah. So please also visit our website. Visit thebattlemustwin.org. Check out our blog. You can book one of us to have a conversation with, too, if you would like. Please book us to speak. We have a speaking engagement coming up June the 5th, and we're looking for many more opportunities to bless many more marriages.
Yeah.
But you can give it to us financially. Giving to us financially will help us bless many more marriages.
Yeah.
Again, we thank you for tuning in with us this week. We look forward to seeing you next week. And again, remember,
The battle continues.